the early NFL games, at least a few of the games have gone to halftime. The Bengals leading the Lions 10-0. That is the game that's at the half. Indy 10-3 over Houston. And Joe, tough day for the Chargers, not looking like the best team in the AFC today. 17-6 Ravens in that one. And I got to say, I don't even think it's been that close.
No, absolutely. But we are seeing a better game out of the Chargers before going into that half. We saw the Ravens start to play more of a passing game, which the Chargers were able to defend. There was so many sacks at that very end there. So I'm looking for a better second half out of this Chargers team.
I think the team that looks to be in the most trouble, and usually, sometimes that's the sign and sometimes it isn't. It looks to be that the New York Giants are in some serious trouble here against the Rams. Yeah. Kadarius Toney, once he exited the game, the Giants offense has gone to zero, and he bailed Jones out early in that drive where they ended up with the field goal. And right now it's just Matt Stafford just picking apart this Giants defense as they look to drive in the dagger, put in another score on the board before they go to the half, make it either 28 or 24-3. We've seen some horrific officiating once again, and that mostly taking place in Chicago. We saw some bad calls here in the Giants-Rams game, but really across the board there's been some bad officiating once again. Yeah. So, just pretty much something tough to handicap, but we see it. We got the Texans +6, the Chargers -0.5, and the Bengals -2.5, despite being up 10-0 in a game they were laying 3.5. Joe Burrow's been hit back there in the pocket many, many times, but Jared Goff, not a lot of answers.
No, absolutely not. So, I don't even understand why this line would be that way for the Bengals. I'm definitely all over that. I think they come out and they do exactly what we've seen in this first half. They're going to get the win here, and they're going to cover the spread in the second.
Yep, Joe Judge went for it on 4th and 1. It was like 4th and like a half a yard from his own 40-yard line against the Rams. The Rams had moved the ball. The Giants had moved the ball when Aaron Donald was out of the game in that first drive. But when Aaron Donald came back into the game, the Rams were stuffing him. And then they went for it on that 4th and inches as the Rams find the end zone once again. Now up 27-3 pending the extra point. I don't know if we're going to see this epic Giant comeback here that a lot of the cappers on the show. It seems that Joe and I were on an island on the Rams this morning on the morning show.
We were, and it always makes me nervous when people have such strong opinions against it. But I wasn't caving on this one today, and I think both of us made the right call not doing so.
Yeah, and it looks like the Bears ended up not scoring after all these penalties and everything that happened against the Packers. It's 10-7, 10-7 Packers with 11 seconds left to go in the half. The extra point is good. The Rams up by 25, laying 7.5 to 8, depending on where you get it. So 3 scores, for a cover there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, of course, we appreciate everyone who joins us for these halftime shows. And, just one of the fun things, I joke around with Joe about the amount of time we have to spend each other online on these shows, but I actually love doing it doing these shows with her, and I love doing the halftime shows, especially some of my favorites. I like all the shows, but I think these halftimes are fun because I like the pace,
Absolutely. Nice, quick, and fast.
I also get to wear my bifocals, which I don't get to show off too often because I don't have my contacts in. So it's like I haven't been playing golf. So normally, like when I play golf, you guys don't see it, because I wear my contacts. But
absolutely. So what are you thinking of this Chargers-Ravens second half? We have a spread of only 0.5 in with the Chargers being the favorite in this one.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence here because this game seems to be about right where it is. Yep. And it's like I got so roasted on that Dolphins game. I'm still mad about it. Once again, they wouldn't even show the play again with the clock running to see exactly if the Jags were able to actually run that play and get timeout, which there's no possible way that could have happened. Zero chance. and they just refuse to show it. But oh man, I'm not sure.
Absolutely.
I think if anything, I'm gonna probably.
I know one thing I am liking in this Charger. Go ahead, Mitch.
No, go.
I had a bit of a lag
You
there.
froze
Sorry.
up. You froze. We didn't hear you.
Yeah, I was gonna say in the second half, I am liking the Chargers team total over 13.5.
Yeah, I like that too. I think that the whole game is going to be a high flying second half in that one.
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards the Texans plus the 6 here against Carson Wentz. I think that Indy's had every chance in the world to kind of put this thing away, and really the Texans have played horribly, and to be down only a touchdown, why not? Getting 6 here is the same as getting 13 on the game, and the line was 10. So why not? I'm going to take the Texans plus the 6 here. And I like the Bengals minus the 2.5. We know that the Lions have been like that fourth quarter backdoor cover type team. And the Bengals, they've been getting hit. Burrow's been getting hit, but it hasn't been enough. I'm going to take them here. And boy, this Rams-Giants game, this is the ugliest game on the board. 28-3 Rams. And, when Kadarius Toney was in there, the Giants were moving the football, but boy, once he came out, just put the brakes on the whole thing. Also, the play that was mentioned in the comments here, Tyreek Hill is awful. I don't think so, but he's not perfect, but I wouldn't say he's awful. I think that's a reach. It's like. The guy was like a super.
That is a false statement.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It's like I think guys have bad days, but it doesn't mean that they're awful. No,
I think unless you're Wentz.
Unless you're Wentz or Goff.
Or you can say they're awful all you want, you guys, and we'll completely agree with you here.
The suck factor extremely high on those players.
Now, what are you thinking of this Kansas City-Washington game? I'm happy to see Washington actually going into the second half up by 3.
Well, Patrick Mahomes is having problems in this game. He's throwing the ball the other way. And as we've talked about plenty, is that, the team that loses the Super Bowl generally does not make the playoffs the next year. And I think that's what we're looking at, that the Chiefs maybe take a step back. They've got some injuries. They have some holes to fill in the offensive line. But it's kind of like the Golden State Warriors not making the playoffs 2 years ago. And all of a sudden they got the second overall pick. They get Wiseman. And, it's like they're going to be good when Klay Thompson's back. Right? I mean, it's like, it's going to happen. So it's like, oh boy, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. But I think that's just clearly not the same Chiefs team that we've seen the past few years. And, aside from teams, oh boy, another Daniel Jones interception here. It's like they squoze another 25 seconds left to go in the half just to let Daniel Jones throw another interception.
Absolutely.
Now
they should have just ran that ball.
The question here is, okay, so they're about at the 38-yard line of their own 38. They have 17 seconds. Do they run a couple out patterns and kick another field goal to make it 31-3 at the half?
Go for it.
The Lions kicking off here against the Bengals. I'm taking the Bengals minus the 2.5 for the second half. It's more of a lean because the Lions have been a comeback type team, but it's always odd when the line is once again negative when the team is covering the initial spread, right? So I'm just looking at it from that perspective. Now the Rams throwing over the middle. Normally if they do that, let's see what they're doing. Are they calling a timeout? Does Matthew Stafford know how to call timeout? Yes,
I don't know. I don't
Yes.
know if we've seen him do that many.
Yeah, I don't know if they taught him that at Georgia. It's like that was the time. That was one of the classes he must have missed.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you're just tuning in, you missed the Bengals second half minus 2.5. Joe likes the Chargers team total over for the second half. I'm with her on that one as well.
Absolutely. And then this Washington-Kansas game, I'm willing to put Washington on the money line plus 200, but if you want them with the points, plus 5.5 for the second half, it's plus 100 there. I think they're going to take this game from KC today.
Yeah, they certainly look to be in it, but we have to remember that Kansas City is always a good, very good second half team. As Joe Mixon getting into the secondary, whenever you see the running back get into the secondary, one of these games, and Matthew Stafford throws an interception before the half, no time left on the clock, and they go to the locker room with the Giants down by 25 points.
Okay, well, that was good because we know Matt Stafford can throw those picks, so hopefully he's got it out of his system.
I think what I said this morning was that this is one of those games where it's like you look up and it's 35-10 Rams and you wonder why you didn't bet more on them. You know, and
Absolutely.
I think that's exactly what we're seeing. How about the Packers -2 here against the Bears? To me, this is a dump spot. Kind of like I could see I think the Packers got shafted in the bulk of the first half here.
Yeah.
I think that they get it done here. I'm going to take the Packers.
Yeah, I'm with you on this. I think the refs need to step out of this game a bit and let them actually play football. So the Packers, I'm getting -1.5 on them. I'm liking that even better.
Yeah, I have it at -2. It's,
Okay.
I don't think that that's a factor. I think the Packers win this one big. The Packers got shafted how? Well, let's see. They caught a touchdown and they called offensive pass interference when it clearly wasn't. How about that? Yeah, how about that? That's how they got shafted. Also, a couple of other bad penalty calls against them as well. Joe Burrow escapes the Detroit pass rush, runs it out, scampers for a first down. That is how Dan Campbell coaches up his team right there. That's
Absolutely.
just bad coaching. Burrow not really known for, his running ability.
I'm also liking the Green Bay Packers team total over 11.5. I think they definitely get the likelihood of 2 touchdowns in this one.
Yeah, I'm looking to see what the second half is on this Rams game because I don't see the Giants getting any closer than this.
No,
this is
either
one
do
where I could see Cooper Kupp, getting like these ridiculous touchdowns later on as well. So the Rams up by 25. Laying 8. This could be the middle of the century. -3.5 for the second half. So if you take the Giants plus the 3.5 here, say you have if by some chance the Giants can win the second half or come within 3 points in the second half, and you have the Rams, which I do, very big, you have. Let me see. It's 23, 25. So you have 17. You have 20.5 points of a middle to get there. It's almost like the books know that. So it's like they're just going to give you, the Rams are probably going to blow them out in the second half.
Absolutely.
The Giants.
I don't see this one even being close.
Yeah, once Kadarius Toney came out, that was it. The Giants couldn't move it, and also that fourth down when they went for it on the fourth down, it flipped field position, and that was it.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to put any more money on this one for the second half, unless I was to take the Rams at the -2.5 for -120.
So Jose Ortega really takes exception to my Packers getting shafted, which they did. Comment. They got shafted since they played.
They totally did.
Yeah, because the Bears play in the number 3 TV market in the United States, and it's crystal clear. It's also a legal betting state. It just happens to be.
Absolutely. It's one thing we have to take into effect now.
Texans kind of laying the shoulders here on the Colts to start the second half, and Lamar Jackson continuing to do what he does with the Ravens. Moving the ball here on the Chargers to start the second half. Boy, this Rams-Giants game is just one ugly, ugly beatdown. So the Vikings against the Panthers, this game has been really interesting too. And, the game went to 2.5, right, on the line, and you're seeing it right in that number. I said in my video, this game is just simply closer than this number. It could go either way, and I still see it that way. So I think that if we can get points here on the Panthers, in the second half, we get 1 point. That might be enough.
Yeah, we got plus 1.5 in the second half for them.
I'm sure plus 130 on the money line, but the point might actually be the way to go here.
Yeah, I like them plus the 1.5.
Yeah, people pounding the Rams here second half. The line's moved now to 4. It's just not a good day for the Giant backers here. All that sharp money got flushed down the toilet on the Giants. Unless, barring a miraculous comeback, stranger things have happened. But we saw that crazy line movement with 23% of the bets, 18% of the money on the Giants, and the line declining 2 full points. I don't know. The Sharps. The house feels comfortable on their position. The house got slaughtered if they felt comfortable in that position. I can't even imagine what the beating they took on the first half. I don't see any angle here on the Giants whatsoever. The only angle is if they take Stafford out and the rest of the starters like Aaron Donald and some of the other guys. Because when Aaron Donald wasn't in there, the Giants did move the ball right down the field. They ran it right down. They ran it right down the middle. But I don't see a scenario here, barring a Giants early touchdown and a stop. They need a stop and a touchdown that they'll be able to run the football again in this game.
And you know what? Sean McVay is not the kind of coach that's not going to play aggressive to the end. He's not going to want the Giants to catch up. Not one bit.
Yeah, no, it's not a chance. No. I think that, these NFL coaches know what happens in these games, and it's like they don't take their foot off the gas until late.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't believe I let Rod, Brian, and Al talk me out of my Rams play. Mitch, I'm riding with you next time. Well, it's not just me. Joe also had the Rams. We both had the Rams, and I believe we had them on all of our tickets in the circuit.
Yeah, we did.
And it was a key play for us, right?
Absolutely. Sure so you guys make sure you watch our Circa shows and our office shows. You get a lot of insight to what we're thinking during the week on these teams.
Generally, and I mean, a lot of times we give out, what our premium picks. Yeah. End up being the premium picks. So
absolutely.
I can't find it, but I'm pretty sure we had the Rams on all cards.
Yeah, I've got it here somewhere. I'm positive the Rams are on.
I got it. Yeah, we have the Rams on both cards.
Yeah.
So a lot of our games are later. We have the Packers on one and the Chargers on the other. Wait, Packers? No, we have the Packers on both. So we need the Packers here.
Yeah, the Packers.
But I think we have it at 4.
Moving.
I think we have it at 4. Touchdown, Cincinnati Bengals. Lions with few answers here. And this was a long one. This was a screen pass to Joe Mixon that, screens are intended to go, 15 yards, 10 yards, 8 yards. But this one went for 54. And that's just the Lions doing what the Lions do. It's basically there was nobody on that side of the field at all. It was untouched. Let's see if any of these lines have updated. We did take the Bengals second half. We have the team total over. They're back on the field in Chicago. The Bears with the ball here, 1st and 10. So just 2 games left to go. It's the Rams and the Panthers for the second halves. Are the 2 second halves that are remaining. Baltimore knocking on the door here against the Chargers. I think the Chargers might be done, but I do like the team total over.
Yeah, I do like the team total as well.
I don't think they're going to win this game. I like the Ravens in this game. I know Joe picked the Chargers in the thing, but on my video I picked the Ravens, and I've been on the Ravens. They're just a great regular season team. They're like the kings of the regular season. I mean, they just don't lose regular season games too often.
They are, and if they come out and they play their running game in the second half, they definitely get the win. If they start trying to do this passing game, which I don't know why they started to in that second quarter, they're not going to be able to win it. They're going to get those picks, and they're going to get to Lamar. So for the Ravens to win this, watch a heavy run game in the second half.
I think I'd stick with the under in that Carolina Minnesota game for the second half, 21.5. We saw 22 points total in the first half, and
Yeah.
I think it was a reach to get there. The Bears sticking to the running game here. Herbert has looked good on the ground. This Khalil Herbert has definitely looked like a good option. I said if it wasn't Tanyan, if you like the Bears in that one, to take Herbert, and he's the one that scored the first touchdown in that game. Yeah, the Giants. It's a reunion of the Super Bowl team at halftime. There's Eli Manning carrying the trophy out onto the field. Oh man, they probably wish they had a couple of these guys. Ooh, that was what you saw there. Was Justin Fields running for his life backwards, and then
Of course he was.
You see these rookie quarterbacks hold on to the ball. They turn around, they just start to run, and then they throw this pass. And it's always short. So if they had a guy that played like in front there on those things, if you knew you could get the pressure, you would get a touchdown every single time going the other way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it looks like Indy might have a touchdown there. They do. Carson Wentz completes a pass, and it goes for the touchdown. A lot of high-fiving, lots of ass slapping.
Of course, because he did something. So it's good to see, though, because I don't Texans.
Washington retiring Sean Taylor's jersey at halftime of their game definitely one of my favorite Canes of all time. I don't know. I just think that the Ravens in general are just one of the better regular season teams, and we've seen it. It's a touchdown for the Ravens. Looks like Andrews. He's back. He's in gear, and Carson Wentz is what he does. He throws a touchdown pass, and he acts like they've won the Super Bowl.
Because to him, he celebrates every victory, even the tiny ones.
Yeah, it's too much.
I agree with you. I completely agree.
Too much. So just the two games waiting to go to the half now. It's the Rams and the Giants. I still like the Rams. I just can't see an angle here on the Giants. It makes it tough because I have such a mortgage payment already on the Rams. Yeah. So makes it a little bit difficult. We could look at some of these in games though.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's just no way I'm doing anything with this Giants team that struggled to do anything in this first half.
We talked about like watching a game with everybody.
We did.
So maybe we'll do that starting. I don't know if we could do it next week or what. We'll have to figure it out. But maybe we'll do it, and maybe Joe and I will watch the game, and we could just bring in people that want to stop by. You know?
Oh yeah, for sure.
We could do it that way too.
I'd
love for Rod and Brian to stop by on this Giants Rams game if we were watching that one.
No, they're not stopping by.
Oh, Brian's probably still thinking that the Giants are going to win, and it's not over. These games are not over. We know that, but just the probability.
Yeah, the probability of them coming back was looking so terrible. And it's not like the Rams have got some lucky plays in here. The Rams.
So here's people in the comments saying, "I can't believe people thought that." I can't believe that if you're willing to say this now that you didn't say it before the game when you had a chance. I don't see a comment by you in the comments saying, "Hey, the Rams are a lock here. Hey, I love the Rams."
Yeah.
And I invite everybody to do that in every video. We invite you to do it in the morning show, and all the time. So saying it, when it's 28-3. That you knew that was going to happen really is sad, in its own way.
Yeah.
Just because you had the opportunity. Oh, he did say it in the morning. Okay, I take it back.
Well, I'm glad you said it in the morning. So
I don't need to go back. I believe you.
Yeah.
I've already done it. I've already seen the morning show twice because I do the podcast transcription. I think I've had enough mornings.
That's to delete all my ums out of there.
It's funny because the transcription is not perfect, so it's like it especially bad with names like Joe D'Amico.
I could imagine that would be a lot of editing there. So no, I'm excited for the second half of all these games.
Thomas likes the Bills tonight, even though they're not playing. But I bet
You
the
know
Bills
what?
don't cover tonight.
Okay, but here's the thing. I even thought the Bills played tonight because the game that we have for primetime, the Seahawks and the Steelers, does not seem like it should be a primetime game. In my head, it was the Bills as well. So I hear where you're going with that one.
Well, the Bears drive sputtered out, and now it is the Packers moving the ball. Aaron Rodgers doing what he does, kind of floating around in the pocket, just dropping passes off to guys that somehow always appear to be wide open.
Yeah.
It's just an amazing thing. I think that he gives them enough time that they get that kind of separation because he kind of does drift around out there. And boy, the football gods really hate the Giants. They had to kick off the second half, and the Rams have the ball again and are in business.
Wow.
Only one game left to go.
Which game's still at the half, Mitch?
It is Minnesota, Carolina, but they're ready to kick right now.
Okay.
So just one more game, and then we will see you guys this afternoon. And so the Texans not taking no for an answer here. They realize they're playing against Wentz, and they're going to have opportunities. So
yeah,
still trying hard, and Matt Stafford trying to hold it together here. That's what he does. He doesn't have to do much in the rest of this game. That's for sure. Well, they're back on the field in Carolina. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. It was another fun halftime. We'll see you guys, the premium members, at halftime for the late games. There's only 3 games, so it's not a big deal. Not something I would normally do at halftime, but we do for the premium members. And, of course, tonight, Sunday Night Football, Seahawks against the Steelers. We might also get some in-game baseball.
Oh, there you go.
We might even have some. And I think there's some other sports. It's weird because we do the NFL show now, but we kind of don't cover any of these other sports, but on Sundays, and Saturday. But I do believe we should have. So next Sunday we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 NBA next Sunday. 2, 3,
yeah.
And 8 on Saturday. So I think we should do shows to cover those too. And the thing is, the nice thing is,
no.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, go.
I was going to say there's no way I'm burning my Bolts jersey like the comment said.
Yeah, no way.
No way. This is a LaDainian Tomlinson jersey. It's not being burnt.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It's the NFL. No one is going undefeated. You're going to lose. I mean, if you go 11-5 in the NFL, or these days there's more games. So if you went 12-5 in the NFL, you're a playoff team. So again,
absolutely.
We've seen teams with worse records than that win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't seen a team as bad as this Giants team win a Super Bowl. I mean,
I don't think the Giants are getting to Super Bowl this year.
Well, here's the makeup call on the Bears. Pass interference here, and see, they gave the Bears the ball on the 1 yard line on a pass interference. This is this kind of that's how they got their 7 points.
Yeah,
I hate those. I hate that pass interference rule. It should be 15 yards.
Yeah, it should be.
There should be the 15-yard variety, and it's kind of like running into the kicker, where there's the 5-yard variety and the 15-yard. I think on pass interference, there should be the 15-yard or the 10-yard or the one that's spot foul. Because there's some that are more egregious than others. I Ruffalo worded it right there. Anyways, thanks everyone for joining us. Have a great day, Joe. Enjoyed it. Thank you very much, and we will see you guys. If we don't see you for the late halftime show, the premium members, we will see you tonight for Sunday Night Football, and of course tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with the gang as we prepare for NBA season to get ready to tip off, as well as of course Monday Night Football halftime. We'll see you guys tomorrow or later today or halftime or any of that stuff. We appreciate each and every one of you. Have a great day.